Welcome. Today we're going to take a look at how to create our notepad pencil holder and run the tool pass to cut it on a CNC mill in Inventor. To start off with, you should have this video playing on your iPad sitting next to you. You're also logged into a computer, have Inventor open, and matching my home screen that's here. Once you have that done, we're going to start by going up to orange file in the top left hand corner, select New, and when a menu pops up, we're going to choose the Standard IPT from this menu right here, Standard IPT, and click Create. To begin, we're going to use our 2D sketch, that's a drawing with the green plus mark, and we're going to select our XY plane. Click front in our world view cube to zoom out. It's always good practice before we start drawing. From the Create menu, we're going to select our rectangle tool, put our cursor on our origin. When we get a green dot, click, let go of the mouse button, stretch out a rectangle, let go of the mouse. The horizontal dimension for our rectangle is going to be 8 inches, so we're going to type 8 on the keyboard, press the Tab key on the keyboard. Our vertical height is going to be 4 inches, so we're going to type that in and then press Enter on the keyboard as well. We're going to green check mark Finish Sketch, click Home from our World View Cube, and we're going to extrude. Use the Extrude button from your menu or ribbon bar up here in the top. If you take a look at our extrude, you can see that the orange arrow is pointing towards us, which makes our original sketch on the back of our part. We would like our original sketch on the front of our part. So we're going to flip this direction right here in this option here. Okay, orange arrow pointing away from us, our original sketch is on the front. Next, we're going to change the distance we're extruding. We're going to highlight the default that's in here, and we're going to change that to 0.75. And then click OK. Now that we have that done, we're going to create the rectangles for the notepad and the pencil to fit in. To do that, we're going to get a 2D sketch, place it on our front view, click front in our world view cube to zoom out, and center it on our screen. Now we're going to start with the rectangle for our notepad holder. Click our rectangle tool. When I come down to the bottom of my part is going to turn red. When it does, I'm going to click and stretch out a rectangle here. This rectangle horizontal dimension is 3.188, 3 3/16 of an inch. Press the Tab key on the keyboard. My vertical height is 3.188 as well. Type that in and press Enter on the keyboard. Now that we have this rectangle drawn, I'm going to press Escape key on the keyboard to let go of my rectangle tool. I have the size for this rectangle, but now I need the location for where it fits on the part. To do this, I'm going to choose my Dimension tool up here in the ribbon bar. I'm going to click the left-hand side of my part, the gray box. When that line turns red, click. I'm going to click the left-hand side of my rectangle. When that line turns red, click. And I'm going to bring this dimension down. Click to place it, and this dimension is going to be 0.25 or 1/4 inch. Green check mark or Enter on the keyboard. Press the Escape key to let go of your Dimension tool. Now, we still need another rectangle up here for our pencil to go into, but this dimension's kind of in the way for us. So we're going to click and hold down on this dimension, and we're going to drag it into the bottom of our box so that it's kind of out of the way for our next drawing. This one can stay. Now that we have that done, let's get our rectangle tool. And we know that it's going to be above the notepad pencil holder, so I'm going to start here. I'm going to click and draw this dimension out, or box out. The horizontal dimension for this part is going to be 7.5. Press the Tab key on the keyboard. My vertical height is going to be 0.437. 0.437, and press Enter on the keyboard as well. Now that we have this part drawn, or this box drawn, press Escape to let go of the rectangle tool. It's 7.5 by 0.437. We're going to take and need another dimension to locate this on our part. So we're going to dimension from the left hand side of my part to the left hand side of this rectangle we created. Bring this dimension up. This dimension should be 0.25. Green check mark. We also need how high it is on our part as well. So I'm going to click the bottom of my part and the bottom of the rectangle that we just drew. And this dimension should be 3.375. 3 3/8 of an inch, green check mark. Now that we have that done, we're going to make our fillets go around the outside. So we're going to go up here to the top, we're going to select our fillet tool from the Create section in our ribbon bar. 0.125 is the dimension that we want. If this does not come up as 0.125, you can highlight this dimension in here and enter in 0.125. Now to run our fillets around, we're going to click an edge of our rectangle and click the opposite side. That puts a fillet in. Click the edge, click an opposite side. And we're going to keep going around our rectangle that holds our pencil at the top. Now that we have the top section done, on our notepad area, we're just going to do the top two corners, not the bottom ones. So we're going to click the left side of our rectangle and the top. We're going to click the top and the right side of our rectangle. Now that we have that done, press the escape key. Our fillets are applied all the way around, and that looks great. Let's green check mark finish sketch. And now we're going to take and extrude these two rectangles. So we're going to extrude, and you can see it wants us to select the profiles to extrude. Since there's multiple of them, I'm going to come in here and click my rectangle for the notepad holder, click my rectangle for the pencil holder. Next, I want to take and flip this the opposite direction because the arrow's coming out adding material. I want to cut it out. You can see that it's cutting all the way through. That's no good for us. So we're going to change our distance for our extrusion right here to 0.188. We also want to make sure we have the cut selection applied. If it's the join that's option here, it's not going to work out when we cut it. So we want to have the cut 0.188 and flip direction, and then click OK. Our part looks great. The drawing is done. Let's go up and save this part. So we're going to go up to the top, go to Orange File. We're going to go down to Save As. We're going to put this in our H drive, first initial last name 000. And what is this part? This is our notepad. Notepad holder, and then your last name. Okay, once we have that done and in your H drive, click Save. Now we're going to create the tool pass to cut this part on a CNC mill. We're going to do that above the ribbon bar. There are tabs that are up here. 3D Model, Annotate. We want to find the Cam tab. And in the Cam tab, once that's selected, we're going to go up to the top in the ribbon and select our Setup bar or Setup folder. Okay, once our setup folder is opened up, we have a few tabs that are here we have to address. We always work these tabs from left to right, and each one we take a look at things inside of it from top to bottom. On the first tab here, our origin automatically goes to the middle. We want that at our model origin, which is in the bottom left-hand corner. So where it says Work Coordinate System, Origin, change stock block point to Model Origin. That's all we do in this one. Go over to our next tab. We want to have relative size box, that's true, but we also, where it says stock offset mode, we're going to change this to no additional stock. That wraps that right close to our part. Our final tab here, we're going to go across and we're going to change the 1.001 to notepad holder and your last name. And I suppose I should have a capital P there too. Once we're finished with these three tabs, click OK. Once our setup is done, we're going to go to the 2D section milling of our ribbon bar and we're going to select Pocket, 2D Pocket right here. There's a few more tabs on this one that we're going to take a look at. Once again, left to right with the tabs, and each tab we're going to look at from top to bottom. In this first one, we need to select the tool we're going to use. So let's select Tool button, and in the little area over here on the side, we're going to scroll down just one little bit, and underneath Sample Libraries, there should be a folder that says End Mills. We're going to choose 1/8 inch flat end mill, tool number 1, and click Select. That's it for this one. We're going to go over to our second tab. And here we're going to choose the tool or the area that's going to get cut out. The first thing we want to cut is the section for the notepad, which is right here. Make sure you're selecting the bottom surface of that cutout. And the second area is up here where the pencil is going to go. Make sure you're selecting the bottom area of that cutout. Once those are selected, we're going to move on to the next tab. This is where we're going to establish our heights. For our clearance height, retract height, and feed height, we're going to change so that they're all the same and say stock top, and the offset is going to be 0.2. So stock top 0.2. The retract height is already there, stock top 0.2, and the feed height we're going to change to stock top and 0.2. So just the top three we're going to change. Move on to the next tab, the multiple passes. In here we're only going to uncheck where it says stock to leave. Take that checkbox away, and then we're going to go over to our final tab where we're going to do our linking. In here, for our safe distance, we're going to highlight that here, and we're going to change that to 0.2. Keep coming down in our leads and transitions. We're going to uncheck lead in, uncheck lead out. And in our ramp section, we're going to change the ramp style from helix to plunge. Once we have that done, down in the bottom left-hand corner, we're going to click the OK button. It's going to process our toolpaths. You can see those here. Then I want you to click Setup 1, which is right above that, and we're going to go up to where it says Simulate in the left-hand corner of our ribbon bar. Here we're going to turn our stock on, if it's not already checkmarked, and then click Play. This is going to take and run through how the part is going to get cut out. And that's looking great so far. We don't have any red area in the bottom here, which would represent that we have collisions. So everything looks good. Click Close in this menu. Now we're going to post-process. So in our ribbon bar, we're going to select post-process. And in here we want to change this folder, the output folder, to our H drive. So we're going to click that button right there. Choose our H drive and click Select Folder. Post. Notepad pencil holder. Last name looks good. Click Save. This menu opens up. It's our file editor. It shows you all the M and G codes plus the X and Y and Z coordinates of the tool bit. This menu we're going to take and close out in the top right hand corner. And now we're going to go and update our save. So we're going to go up to the top, orange file. We're going to go down to Save, not Save As, because we don't want to change the name. We just want to update our file. So click Save. Once that little spiral disappears, we can close out of Inventor. We're going to go over to the computer that has a CNC mill attached to it, log in, and you should see this icon on the desktop. Click on the CNC mill icon, click Translate Execute. We're going to go to our H drive and we're going to find our notepad holder with your last name. Click Open. We are going to click OK because we know that was created using defaults, and we're going to click Preview. Type F on the keyboard, and this is where you're going to stop. You're going to get up, go get your teacher. They're going to help you load the part in the CNC mill and tell you the next steps in order to get your part cut on the mill. Nice job creating your parts, running the toolpaths. Now is the time you go get your teacher. Nice job, congratulations.